Here with some hardcore receipts on the Austin Metcalf Carmelo Anthony trial aftermath. Jeff Metcalf got on TikTok Live and showed you his completely racist side. For him to sit there and say this wasn't about race, and this video I'm about to show you gives you an idea into how these twins were raised and how we ended up here and how they were most likely talking to Carmelo. Look at what Jeff Metcalf had to say about slavery.
Even though they did wrong, you're going to support someone who does something against the law. You're encouraging and saying it's okay because he's a certain color. Oh, you've got more melanin than me. Ooh, so you get more in privileges, more entitlement? Because 400 years ago, someone actually sold you to us and we took you over here and put you to work. And then we had a civil war to free your ass. And now you want to talk shit? Oh, I've been so oppressed. You couldn't even vote 1960. Look how far you've come. Look at all the free shit we give you. You're not oppressed. You're fucking entitled. You know what DEI stands for? Yeah. It means I don't have to be fucking qualified. I just have to be a certain color or a race or gender. Whose broad ass idea was that? I don't know about you, but when I grew up, there was no participation trophy. There wasn't a safe space created for me because my feelings were hurt.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Rakadosh. The honors to my apostles and elders of a millstone. Peace and blessings be unto the elect. This is Brother Dawadah from Jimmy's Detroit camp, coming at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Rakadosh. Today I want to do another in transit. Today we're going to be going into this short clip. Alright, you saw at the beginning of this lesson, on Lord's will this video be edifying to the elect. You heard the opening clip, which Lord's will, I'm going to run it back a little bit because he said a bunch of folly. And he's just showing his horns, that's all. This is what they really think on the inside. When you're not around, when they're in the comforts of their home, this is how they talk. That's how they see you, Jakes. Let's run it back a little bit.
You're fucking entitled. Actually sold you to...
And how we ended up here and how they were most likely talking to Carmelo. Look at what Jeff Metcalf had to say about slavery.
Even though they did wrong, you're going to support someone who does something against the law. You're encouraging and saying it's okay because he's a certain color. Oh, you've got more melanin than me. Ooh, so you get more in privileges, more entitlement? Because 400 years ago, someone...
What do you mean, someone? It was your people. And to be more specifically, yours was one of them. Because there's something called reincarnation. Alright? There's something called reincarnation. Which the scriptures speak about. Alright, your ancestors enslaved us. And guess what? There's a judgment for it. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. The Most High requireth that which is past. Alright? The Most High don't give a damn how long ago it happens. Alright? He don't care. There has to be a judgment for it. Remember, the scripture says that he is a great king. Does not a king issue out judgment? That's what he's getting ready to do again. But he's gonna judge the nation of Edom for your violence against your brother Jacob. What you did to us, you gotta pay. Talking about some people. These devils, they always got that forked tongue. They never want to say who it is. They'll say, well, when the slaves were brought over here. Brought? What do you mean brought? Like was it a luxury cruise ship? Or when some people enslaved you? Was it an alien race? That's this devil for you. But it's alright, keep that same energy, alright, when the latter parts of Luke, the 16th chapter takes place.
Actually sold you to us, and we took you over here and put you to work.
Oh, he put you to work like he paid you for it. You hear this devil? This guy's a devil. Now, here it is. We took you and put you to work. Well, we didn't have jobs originally. We were just, I guess swinging off trees, huh? Ain't that something? The scripture says they speak wickedly concerning oppression. That's these devils. Look at him. Here it is. He's talking loftily about you being oppressed. And he's upset that you get some type of, leeway, some type of mercy. That's okay, because as it is written, he shall receive judgment without mercy that have shown no mercy. It's all right.
And then we had a civil war to free your ass.
The Civil War was not about freeing the slaves, you dunce bucket. The Civil War was simply transferring the slaves out of the South into the North. All right, remember those slaves, they built up the South by way of those different plantations. But then directly after slavery, guess what? They were still enslaved directly after slavery. Because where did they didn't, remember they were promised 40 acres and a mule, which they didn't get. And a lot of those slaves, they didn't know where to go. And certain of those slaves had stayed in their plantation, all right, and remained in slavery because they didn't have anywhere else to go. How the hell are you going to say, all you guys are free? Free to do what? And you had a great bulk of them go up north to work within the factories of the North. So they built up the South, then they built up the North. The word emancipation means to switch from one hand to the other. So you went from the slaves in the South to be slaves within these different corporations, within these different factories. And you were still getting treated like garbage. Even with the so-called sharecropping system, they were still ripping off Jake. Then you go up north, and up north you were being oppressed. So what the hell is this devil talking about? Let's continue.
And now you're going to talk shit. Oh, I'm being so oppressed. You couldn't even vote 1960.
And to get even deeper, your vote doesn't even count. It don't even matter. Who cares whether or not you can vote or not? But even going from his perspective, oh, well, you have to wait till the 60s, and now you can vote now. See, you can vote. Stop complaining. Like, come on now. We're still within the ghettos, the slums, the barrios, the shanty towns, I believe they're also called. We're in the lowest of the low. Even as I'm driving now, I'm in the hood. And it's littered with our people. Meanwhile, if I drive up at least 5 miles, I'm in Edomite's plush neighborhood. We ain't got no Whole Foods in the hood. Esau has that. Come on now. And most many other different things I can bring up. As is written, he shall be the head and ye shall be the tail. We're at the bottom. But he has a nerve to say what he's saying here. Ain't that something? That's this devil for you. All right?
Look how far you've come. Look at all the free shit we give you.
Look at all the free stuff that they give you. Be happy. Like the one song, don't worry. Be happy. Be happy that he's giving you all this free stuff. And then when you really look at what the free stuff he's giving you, it's all poison. All right? Those different food banks and whatnot is filled with GMO foods, foods high in sodium, foods high in sugar, foods high in preservatives. What is the free shit that you're giving to these people? All right? What is it? Oh, we give you Section 8 and food stamps. Okay, yeah, you give Section 8 and food stamps. But what does the woman have to do in order to get it? Boot that man straight up out the house? Okay? How I get welfare, Section 8, food stamps. It's free. Yeah, it's free, but you have to be in a deplorable low estate in order for you to receive those things. And it's designed for you to actually, they incentivize you being in a low position. Because now you get free stuff. You get Section 8 and WIC and SNAP. All right? Which how many people do you know with their Section 8, WIC, and SNAP go to Whole Foods? Huh? How many of them go to these different organic supermarkets? Huh? They'll usually go to their local gas station, the local Walmart, the local cheap store so they can get a whole lot. They don't use that money at these prestigious companies and whatnot because they can't afford to. You know? It's all done by design. All right? And yet you have these different individuals that hear of these things, all right? They hear about our oppression, all right? But they don't want to empathize with us. They don't want to have mercy on us. And that's okay, because the Most High will have mercy on Jacob, and he will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, all right? He's going to be the one to show us mercy and compassion, not you. You can't expect mercy from the devil. He's the damn devil, all right? And it's ironic enough when people think of how the devil looks. Oh, it's a red guy. It's a red guy. He's red with a pitchfork. He's red. Who's the red man? You're looking at one on your screen. Let's keep going.
You're not oppressed. You're fucking entitled. You know what DEI stands for? Yeah. Means I don't have to be fucking qualified. I just have to be a certain color or a race or gender.
Which is completely false. Because yes, DEI allows for, you have to have a certain amount of these minorities, all right, within your company or organization. But they still got to be qualified. Yeah, you can't, they ain't gonna accept no scrub. You still have to have the qualifications. They ain't just about to accept you. So that's false. That's a stupid narrative that some people actually still believe in. Completely false. All right. DEI, yes, they have to have a certain quota, a certain amount of these minorities, all right, or these oppressed groups represented within their company, organization, or school, all right. But they still have to have the qualifications in order to get in, all right. But it just won't be 95% white. No, it might be maybe 70%, maybe 60% white. Maybe 20% black, but them 20% still got to have the qualifications in order to even enter the school to begin with, or the organization or the company. So that's a false narrative, and that's a lie. But they love pushing that because they want you to think that, because they want you to think that they're going above and beyond to compensate for you being inept, for you being on a low level, for you not being on A level, and for them being above and better than you, and them allegedly showing you some type of mercy. But no, that's not the case. And don't let them fool you. Just keep going.
Whose broad ass idea was that? I don't know about you, but when I grew up, there was no participation trophy. There wasn't a safe space created for me because my feelings were hurt.
There was a safe space created for you so-called white people when your feelings were hurt. It's called the KKK. And it's called your fellow Edomites. All you had to do was go to your fellow Edomite and they'll help you. Oh, that nigger, he tricked me. Or that, like that one Edomite demon did. Oh, that nigger, he whistled at me. Look how much destruction she caused. Look at, what was it, Rosewood, I think it's called? Look at what happened there. Look how Esau treats Jake. And they did have that. Your people did have that safe space. All you have to do is run to your fellow Edomite. All right? Oh, look, this Jake did this. Oh, this nigger did this. And they will run to your defense. And not just run to your defense, run to your offense. They'll run and help you go and attack them. And it could be a total lie. All right? Let's keep going.
We had to take actual responsibility for our own actions. Wow, what a concept. If you want society to change, if you want a better place for your kids, then get involved in your kid's life, in your community, in your church. But don't sit on your couch and bitch when it doesn't go your way.
And what's crazy is in part of this video, he tries to say black fathers are not involved in their life. It's like 78
there's plenty of so-called black fathers that are involved in their lives, or in the lives of their children. But then there's also plenty of them that are not, for various different reasons. And chief reason being the curses. We're cursed. Shit, we can't stop the Most High from doing what he wanted. We're cursed. We're in a low position. We're in a low state. It ain't going to always be like that. Eventually, the Lord's going to change that. All right? And moreover, you made it so bad to where it's difficult for Jake to be involved within their children's lives. Because even if you have a two-parent household, the two parents are usually out working. So if you're working 8 to 12 hours a day, how much time do you really have to enjoy your children? You're working 5 days a week. And you might just have 2 jobs. You know? So you may only have 1 day off. How much time do you have to enjoy your kids? You know? And moreover, they're going to the Esau's school system, learning all kinds of madness. You don't have time to raise them up. And that's how this devil designed it. Alright? So that's folly that this devil's coming with. That's folly. Let's keep going.
Percent of y'all aren't even involved, when that statistic has been debunked. Black fathers are more involved in their children's life than...
And remember this. Don't get caught up in Esau's madness. He says black, but there's plenty of so-called black, which are actual Israelites. I'm going to say what we actually are, Israelites. There are plenty of Israelites, even of the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, overseas that are involved within their children's lives. Just because it's like that in America, where you have a lot of absent so-called black fathers, that doesn't mean it's the same thing worldwide. That's not the case. It's just mainly prominent here within America. When you go overseas, it's not nowhere near as bad. Not even close. But they don't like to talk about that. They always like to generalize and say, oh, it's black. Oh, black men are just not involved. Black men where? You go to the other side of the world, it's not like that. And I wonder why. Let's keep going.
almost any other race. Next, he has a Mark Wayne Mullen moment, claiming to be Native American, and goes on another racist rant. Look at this.
We are Native American. I have my Indian card, and so do the boys.
And they always claim that. I don't know what's up with Esau. They love to run to, look, I'm Native American. Look, I'm 10% Cherokee. These those are something else.
So if you want to talk about stolen land, yeah, that starts here. We were here before y'all were. They took all our land.
Who is they? It was your people. This guy.
It's on a reservation. They just brought you guys over on a boat.
You guys. This guy's wow.
Let me guess, your Indian name is running around with big racist mouth bull.
The next question is, are you satisfied with the sentence that Carmelo Anthony received? Do you believe Austin has received justice?
That's a real easy question for me to know. Hell no. What is justice? Justice for me is when Austin walks through that door and can hug me. That's how long he should stay in jail. Until my son comes back through that door. Do I think justice was served? No. There's all types of justice. Street justice, legal justice.
Let me guess. Real street justice means strange fruiting someone like you good old boys used to do in the...
That's what he's alluding to. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. Our praises, honors, and glories be to Yahweh, Bashem, El Shaddai, Apostle, and elders. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.